They were not meant to be found. And yet here we are, standing at the yawning mouth of secrets that time tried to bury. Imagine a soundless cave, a draft carrying the ghosts of forgotten rituals, the weight of things deliberately hidden. These are not supposed to be found. That notion should sit heavy in your chest as you watch. Before we go any further, if you feel the pull of this mystery, like this video, leave a comment telling me which find unnerved you most, and share it with someone who loves the dark corners of history. Use a deep voice audio cover for narration, and let the Forbidden Finds hook do the rest. The images you will see are raw, close, and unrelenting. I will guide you, line by line, into 20 discoveries that blur the edge between archaeology and the uncanny. Keep your light steady. Some things do not appreciate being examined. The chamber opens like a throat, stone curved and purposeful, pillars spiraling toward a ceiling dark as old ink. I walk slowly, my footsteps swallowed by centuries. Incense smoke, real or imagined, hangs delicate and accusing. Alien architecture, arches that fold into themselves, alcoves carved for offerings we cannot name, crafted to contain power or terror. Bones, arranged with a disturbing deliberation, form a circle, skulls tilted inward as if they still watched each other. None lie scattered by chance. The pattern suggests ceremony, pact, punishment, an entire congregation of the dead. There are no names, only remains, the deliberate geometry of their placement. Forensic instincts whisper of ritual. Darker imaginations offer less comforting possibilities. The walls speak in a language we do not have the right to understand, glyphs carved deep, worn but intentional. Some resemble animals, others spiral into patterns that hurt to study. Light and shadow give an illusion of movement, messages that rearrange themselves just out of comprehension. We catalog and take close-ups, wondering whether these strokes were born of culture or conjuration. A crate sits corroded yet intact, stamped with unfamiliar markings that read like warnings in a tongue of rust. Bolts fenced with time hold secrets. Every scrape sounds sacrilegious. Why seal something so resolutely in a place meant to be forgotten? The lid is colder than the cave. Specimens, documents, instruments, objects confiscated from the light of day, perhaps better left unopened. Tongs, scalpels, glass jars with clouded fluids, tools of care twisted into instruments of experiment. They rest like a surgeon's confession, surfaces eaten by time. Chemicals now betray a subtle, sour odor. We cannot know intentions, only the evidence of something clinical and clandestine. Sanctioned science or transgression? Whatever the answer, the residue on the imagination does not wash away. Tucked between stones, a leather-bound journal, corners chewed by damp and time. I will read a few entries. Day 12. The sound returns at night. It is not wind. Day 17. I can no longer trust the light. Threads tether us to someone who walked here and failed to return. Pages run with tears, then vanish into mold and dread. Patches of fungus bubble with internal light. A pale, unnatural turquoise. Organic, yet it feels engineered. Brushed, spores scatter like a constellation gone wrong. A faint dust clings to clothing and hair. Biologists will be fascinated, spelunkers wary. Beauty here is ethereal and risky. The glow reveals and invites where prudence warned us to stop. Upon a table sits a city rendered small and precise, buildings mapped with uncanny fidelity. Is it an offering? A map? A blueprint for something larger? Perfection disturbs, reads like obsession, devotion to replication, rehearsal. Its presence here suggests intent and plotting, perhaps even worship at the altar of replication. Tapestries hang like banners, their woven faces deliberately blurred, abraded until identity is a smear. Threads severed and reworked, eyes removed with a tool, censorship in cloth. They still smell of smoke and resin, as if once paraded or draped in ceremonies outlawed by time. To blur a face is denial. In this cave, denial becomes ritual, keeping certain truths submerged. Stones heaped in jagged protest block a doorway that sighs of passage. Beyond, a stairwell sinks into deeper night, its mouth half swallowed by collapse. Recent enough to suggest intent, to keep what lies beneath from rising. We clear enough to peer, not descend. The air is colder, denser. The backside of the world, rooms intact, secrets further in. A corkboard bears surveillance stills, faces frozen in ordinary expressions, dates that skip and loop. Some snapshots show people who, by record, were elsewhere, or who never existed. Old grain, but eras refuse to align, history spliced and left to rot. Margin notes, logs, someone watched, someone collected, voyeuristic and precisely bureaucratic, a catalog that chills. The key is heavy, ornate, ceremonial more than utilitarian, its teeth irregular for a singular, defiant lock. It rests as if placed for discovery or dropped in desperation. Keys carry promise, they mean a door exists, and someone chose it be opened. What door deserves such craft and secrecy? Some locks protect treasure, others hold back what should never be released. The key is invitation and threat. Mirrors split reflections into impossibilities, corners that betray physics, images refusing to match their source. In one, a hallway that doesn't exist. In another, a hand with no body. The cave edits reality in polished glass. Depth becomes suggestion, not rule. Do they rearrange truth for amusement, or to protect something just beyond the axis of our sight? Nestled in a nook, toys sit pristine, dolls with sewn smiles, wooden trains varnished to a sheen, a music box that ticks without winding. Preservation feels intentional, a shrine to innocence against the rot of everything else. Why hide these here? Protection, control, cruelty, each possibility a different sin. A jolt to the imagination, smallness of play against the enormity of what compelled the stash. Water threads the cave, tinted between rust and oil black depending on light. Its skin shimmers. Banks collect unfamiliar hues. It murmurs like any stream, yet its hue and smell move scientists from curiosity to caution. Contamination is a polite word. Chemical runoff, alchemical residue, or something we lack language for. The stream carries what the cave keeps, downstream to an unready world. Dozens of tiny bones arranged with numbing order, mandibles, vertebrae, riblets, fragments placed with precise care. The shrine feels intimate, domestic. More than necromania, it suggests devotion. Cataloged for an unseen audience, ritual experts will argue species and meaning. But the impulse is unmistakable. To gather, to honor, to compel. Rites whose rules we are not permitted to learn whole, maps of pulsing veins, red X's bleeding into corridors and chambers. Some mark supplies, others warnings, a few where voices stopped, obsessive layers, annotations, redrawn paths, evidence of journeys not meant for the casual. The most ominous X's lead deeper, each one punctuates, do not go. Yet the ink invites. Someone chose, repeatedly, to go inward. A canister bluntly labeled, do not watch. Temptation is immediate. Curiosity whispers that the warning is a dare. First frames smear. Beneath, a whispering track threads too low or pitch to unsettle the ear. I describe it because I will not show it. Suggestion can exceed any reel. Sometimes prudence is silence. Gears grind with reluctant throat clearing. Wheels, belts, archaic wiring hum without full purpose. Analog yet advanced, a hybrid of craft and mad invention. A single motor recalls a former life. Pieces clunk in an attempted heartbeat. We cannot explain its function. These were not meant to be found. If they unsettled you, comment which discovery stayed with you, and share this with someone who seeks the dark corners of history. Keep your light steady. Some things do not appreciate being examined.